Hey everybody, this is Gary from Coasting with Culture again, and yesterday I had a chance to make another field trip down to the city of Puyallup to go ahead and see what was going on with the rebuilding of the WildCat. So I went to go get a quick update to see how they're progressing on building the WildCat back up, and I also wanted to check something out that I had been seeing on their Facebook page over the past couple of weeks regarding the ability to get a certain treat that is very well known at the Washington State Fair. So let's check it out.
So it is a wet and rainy afternoon here in Puyallup, but as we scan over to the WildCat, you can see a little bit of it there over the building. They've made some progress. Let's get a little closer and see what's going on. So here's the general progress that's been made on it. You can see that they've added a bit more. The post lift drop has been completed and the start of the turnaround at the top going into the first hill. You can see part of what I believe would be the third drop right there, and the turnaround coming from it. And they've got part of the last helix being built here as well. That appears to be the section they're currently working on. Right in front of us, there are several segments of track sitting here waiting to be assembled. And there's even more of them sitting over on the other side of this pile of dirt here. Another look at the track pieces on the other side of the pile of dirt there. Looks like they're just awaiting their chance to be lifted into place. Getting a closer look here, you can see these blue supports. They're just kind of laying on top of one another. So it looks like they're just kind of going support section by support section, lifting them up and then connecting them with the track. This forklift here has got a segment of support section that's being brought over. It looks like it'll be attached to help form part of the support structure. Over here you can see there's even more of the track pieces waiting. They might be turn segments on the other side here. Of course, along with the building of WildCat here, one of the things that had come about was the removal of Rainier Rush. As we look over to the side here, Rainier Rush is still sitting in pieces outside. So if it's being sold to another operator, maybe it hasn't been transported yet, maybe it hasn't been sold yet. Hard to say exactly for sure what's going on with it. I still haven't heard anything about what's going on with the Rainier Rush, but it is still sitting here in Puyallup. Here looking down one of the fair's midways, you can see a couple of the pieces of support sitting there on the blocks. And then looking over this way, this will be about where the other end of the track will be. And here we get one last view of it. You can see some of the buckets from the sky right there, some of the wooden supports of the classic coaster, but in the distance, if you look real carefully in the middle there, you'll see the WildCat. You can catch a glimpse of the WildCat's lift hill and first turnaround, along with that third hill that I mentioned before. So it is coming along nicely, and I gotta admit, I like the new color scheme that they've got going on there, the kind of bright green and blue. So that's a little bit of a look at WildCat. Before heading out of here from Puyallup though, I'm gonna head just down the street here to the Gold Gate because there's something they've been doing every Tuesday when the fair's not in session. I'm gonna take advantage of that.
So every Tuesday over by the Gold Gate of the fair, the folks at Fisher Scones go ahead and set up their scone wagon and they give folks a chance to buy scones. I made a Cultural Connections video about the Washington State Fair and talked a little bit about Fisher Scones. So if you'd like to find out more about Fisher Scones, check out that link down below. That will take you to the Cultural Connections video for the Washington State Fair, and you'll get a chance to find out about it. But for today, I'm going to have myself a little taste of the fair and enjoy one of these delightful Fisher Scones. Oh. Warm raspberry jam, that buttery taste, makes me look forward to September.
And there you have it. There's the progress on the rebuilding of the WildCat for the Washington State Fair. Now I'll tell you, I'm really glad that they are keeping the coaster around because Schwarzkopf WildCats may not exactly be the biggest and flashiest of roller coasters, but they really are such a fun ride with their pops of airtime and things like that. And I'm assuming that they're going to start becoming more and more rare because they are older models, and as coasters get older they tend to get replaced. And so the fact that they are putting the effort to help keep this coaster around, to me, I feel like that's a great thing, and so I'm definitely glad to see they're doing that. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with that space where the WildCat used to be, to see if that's going to be an expansion, especially now that there's those dirt piles on the outside. It was also nice to be able to enjoy a scone, even though the fair's not going on right now. I tell you, if you do go to the Washington State Fair, you definitely want to get a scone because it is a tradition for the Washington State Fair, and they are delicious. Now, if you happen to be visiting Western Washington at a time when the Washington State Fair is not going on, and you'd like to go and try out Fisher Scones, it looks like they do this every Tuesday from about 10 in the morning till around 2 in the afternoon. It's outside of the Gold Gate, which is going to be on the northeast corner of the fairgrounds. If you're just wanting a little taste of the Washington State Fair, head on down and check it out on Tuesday to get yourself a scone. But that's going to do it for this update about the rebuilding of the WildCat. I don't know if this is going to necessarily be a weekly thing because I'm not exactly sure what's going to be going on over the next couple of weeks. But if there is time available to do so, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and head back there to share with everybody how they're doing on rebuilding the WildCat.
Thank you for watching this Coastin' with Culture video. If you'd like to see future videos about combining theme park visits and cultural experiences, please consider clicking that subscribe button down below. You'll also find Coastin' with Culture on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, plus more content at coastingwithculture.com. Until next time, take care and safe travels.